Hello YouTube, it's your girl Kimberly. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. In this video we are going to do part 1 of the Get Ready With Me. We are going to do the eye look, and then the part 2 is going to be the rest of the face. So if you want to see the look, keep watching. Alright, so thank you so much for coming to my channel. I truly appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and I cannot do it without your help. So if you like beauty, skincare, travel, hair, nails, pop culture, all those things, please subscribe to the channel. I would truly appreciate it, and I want you to be a part of the crew. So also drop down in the comment section below if you have any questions, comments, or you just have something you want to say. Let me know. Let's get into it. Hit the notification bell if you want to be first to know when I post a video or go live, and like this video if you like the video. So I am going to start off with the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm, just because my lips are dry, and by the time we finish face and get ready to put on lip gloss or lipstick, I don't want them to be crusty. So this is usually my first step as a dry skin girly, and put that on there, let the lips start softening up. You could definitely use like Aquaphor or any lip treatment. This just happens to be here on my makeup table, okay? On the face is just my regular everyday skincare, and I did the brows. So the brows I did with the NYX Louder Powder Brow Pencil. As you can see, I love these pencils so much. I use them to the last little nub. So I use that to fill in the brows, and then I use the Sephora Best Skin Ever and 44Y to clean up around the brows. So now we're gonna jump into the eye look. So I have 2 ways I can kind of go with this. I can use the Morphe Solo Artist Priming Cream Shadow as my base, which is like this little tan, or I can use the concealer. Now with the concealer, you do get a little more creasing, but then the color is closer to my skin tone, so I like it better, whereas this color is a little more taupey and not my skin tone. But I think I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Cream Shadow, and what I'm gonna do is set it with setting powder, but I'm also gonna do eyeshadow up to my brow with a shade that is like a neutral naturally shade, so that way it makes sense. So I'm looking for a brush to apply the cream shadow with, because of course I got eyeshadow brushes but not the ones I want. No, that's not gonna work. Here we go, boom. This is the one I used last time because it's not clean, which is not good. This is Sigma Buff and Blend E39, and I'm just gonna go straight with my handy dandy mirror on my lid. I'm gonna do one eye at a time, and then I'm gonna set it with the setting powder. So coming in right here. And like I said, this is like a mauve color, which unfortunately this product in this brush has dried pretty hard, so I can't really blend it softly. It's like scratching my face, so I'm just going to use it to put it on there, and then we're going to come with another. Oh, there we go. We're going to break that little cast on it. Okay, so you can see very mauve tanny, and I'm gonna go right up underneath that brow. And what I'm ultimately gonna do is just come in with a color that is like close to my skin tone once I get to the top. So, and this is why you clean your makeup brushes, because it is pilling a little bit, but it's all right. So like I said, we have it on the eye. The next step is we are going to set it. I'm going to use the Morphe M335 brush. And for the powder, I'm going to use the Milani Make It Last Press Setting Powder. So as you can see, I'm hitting pan on that because this is the best press setting powder ever. drugstore high-end, it's my favorite. Like, it beats everybody. So as you can see, I'm gonna just go in and set that with the white powder, so that way it will be creaseless. So as you can see, the cream finish is gone. It's now more of a matte finish, but all of that is going to stay in place. I'm gonna go in and get that little eye boogie. So I have a hooded lid, so it's really important for me to make sure I go in and set it. Boom. And you see how this eye already looks like snatched a little bit compared to that one? All right, so now we're going to repeat the same process with the other eye. So if you are a returning subscriber to the channel or returning viewer, you know that I have not done videos of me actually applying makeup in real time in a long time. For a while on YouTube, I have found that people weren't as into the makeup application videos. It was like they just wanted to hear me kind of talk about products, which I absolutely understand. That's what my channel is really focused on. But I also was like, we all were playing in makeup at a certain time, you know, like it was, we were having a good time. What happened? Let's get back to that. So we are doing it today. So again, I'm gonna try not to block my face with the mirror. I haven't done this in so long. There was a time I was good enough to do it with just the viewfinder, but those days are gone. And this bit that is on my nose, we're gonna come back and clean that up with Micellar water later. So it's fine that some is getting there. I'm not gonna put like eyeshadow too much and stuff over there, but all right, same fluffy brush in the setting powder. You see the white on there, and set that eye. Now, if you don't have a cream eyeshadow, I would definitely say you can use eyeshadow primer, you can use concealer. You could also use the Danessa Myricks color fixes. I'm gonna get one in my skin color, and that's gonna be my new base because I really love working on top of those, and a little goes a long way, so I'm gonna get one of those. So again, we have the cream eyeshadow base down, and that is the shade Mixtape Morphe cream eyeshadow. So it's down, it's set. Now we're gonna go in with the color. So in order to have kind of like a color palette, I want to have a mix of like the natural kind of nude shades, and then I'm gonna have the bright colorful over the top bold shades. So I'm thinking purples and like pinks, but I'm going to start off with the brown. So for the browns, I'm going to use the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette. I have used this thing into the ground. Like I said, we're still lukewarm on him over here because we are not sure whether or not he paid those influencers or not. But, you know, we're going to use the makeup we bought. One of the, someone dropped the palette and this fell out. So it's just gone. But this was one of my favorite browns in the palette. So now we're going to use this shade, and we're going to do that right underneath the brow bone. So can I do it with this mirror? I think I can. So this shade, and we're going to just right underneath the brow bone come with that shade, just to, it's a brown and it takes it a little more browny and less gray. So I like, so you see how that's like softer compared to this one that's going all the way to the top. And then we're going to use this as like a transition color kind of. So I'm going to come down a little bit on the lid with it too. Boom. So I would say for the cream shadow, like I said, either I want a Danessa Myricks color fix that's going to be darker, or I might just go back old school for real to MAC and find like a cream pot. A nice little groundwork or painterly or something, because this one is just a little too gray for my skin tone. And then we're going to come down a little bit. Alright, so just so that way we still have that nude background base, but it's just a little less of that stark gray color. So we're warming it up a little bit. Alright, so boom. Next, We're gonna come back to this palette if we feel like we need to blend somebody out or do something different, but we're gonna put it to the side for now. And we're gonna go in with the one and only Danessa Myricks Lightwork 5 or 6, because 7 is the one that just came out. So we're gonna go in with, and then we're gonna use these two. Not this one, these two. So let's jump into our more colorful eyeshadows. Alright, so with our Danessa Myricks 6 palette, Freedom palette, we're gonna go in with, like I said, these two palettes. I'm gonna start with this like pinky fuchsia shade in my crease. So, and the brush that I'm going to use to do that is going to be the Sigma Firm Blender E44. So this is what the brush looks like. I'm gonna tap the brush in there, get some products on there, and then go into the crease. Now, because I do have a hooded eye, I'm able to put more color and like product on the crease, because I do know that it is going to get folded in there. So in order to provide that dimension, that brightness, I love to pack that color on in the crease and just go along the crease from the outer corner to the first 1/4 of the crease. I'm not going to go all the way over, but pretty close. So as you can see, there's like a little gap here, but I'm mostly in there. And I'm going to feather it up. Let's go back and get some more eyeshadow. And now this time, instead of like a swiping, we're going to do more of a patting. And then pat it up too. And a little swipe. Really just trying to make it blend seamlessly with that other color that we put at the top of the brow. Boom. Okay. So we got that going on there. And then I'm going to just repeat the same step on the other eye. So one thing I will say about eyeshadow is that it's definitely to your personal taste. Everybody has their own unique way that they like it. Do you have a hooded eye? Do you have an almond eye? Do you have a large eye? Do you have a small eye? There is a lot of different ways that people like to apply their eyeshadow, wear their eyeshadow. So I think the best way to figure it out is with experimentation. There's different styles, different trends. Find somebody whose style you like and then try to recreate it on your eye. See if you like it, if you don't like it. And I think that's going to be a great way for you to kind of gauge in terms of how you want to move forward. Okay, so we are finishing pasting that pink up here. So we got it from the edge of the corner to the middle of like the lid and also in the crease. So we put it in the crease, we feathered it up to blend it with that transition shade that we have going on. Putting it, like I said, there's 3/4 of the way and leaving a little gap. So now what we're gonna do is come in with a darker shadow and do the corner. So if I go back before to the shade we were using, it was this one is the shade that we used. So I'm debating either it's going to be this one or this one. I think I'm going to go with this one because this one has like a bluey hue in it. I think that's really pretty. And then this brush is the Overall Blend E37. So I'm going to just close the eye and then put it on the lower part of the lid and in that corner. Okay. Now this is a little bit of a bigger brush, but I'm going to use this to like put the color down, and then I'm going to blend in with a smaller brush. Boom. So I'm going to leave it like that for now. and then come in with, this is the Sigma Detailed Diffuse Crease Brush, E33 Sigma, and I'm going to blend it out. So really down in that corner, merging it with the pink that we put before and smoking it out a little. So some of it is transferring a little down here, like I said, with the whatchamacallit, the micellar water. We're gonna do a sweep at the end and give us that sharp cut cleanup. So now that I did that, I'm going to go back to the brush with the pink on it and then come and blend it above the crease a little bit. So just to, so there's no harsh line between the purple and the pink. So we softly got that in there. So again, we're gonna repeat purple step, other eye. So this is like a bluey purple. And now, this is why I love the Danessa Myricks eyeshadows. They're so pigmented that it doesn't take a lot of work or a lot of color to get a gorgeous look. And because she already makes them in the little color stories, you can easily build different looks, or you can using the little 6 pans, or you can go a little out of the way and then do something different, and with different colors across different pans, and then that makes it fun too. So love, love, love that. Okay, boom. So we got our purple down. I'm gonna go back with the pink and then get rid of any harsh lines. Boom. Okay. So we blended that out a little bit. You can see we still got our purple going on. Perfect. So now, because we do have a lot of bold colors already happening here, what I'm gonna do is for this part put in like a neutral brown and then come back at the front of the lid with a glitter. So what brush do we have? So I'm going to use this Diffuse Crease E38 by Sigma. So this is like a bigger version of the little brush that I just used for the purple. And I'm going to go in with a neutral color. So we're going back to the Mario palette. And I'm going to go with this one right. Oh, let me turn a little bit. We're going to go with this one right here. As you can see, it's a little dug in because that is one of my favorite colors to add, especially in the front of the eye. Just, we want to bring that light towards the front in the middle and diffuse it out. So see, boom. See how that looks like flat now? I love that look. Same thing with the other side. Just, that is a little... We put a little more color on that one, so we're going to go to the other side and put some more product to match it. There we go. So, and then as you can see with the colors, we're kind of contouring down that nose, but like I said, I'm going to clean it up. That way we can ultimately not have product eyeshadow on our nose. So, now, this is the hard part. We have to pick which like shimmer we want to put in there. So should we do the light purple shimmer, this pink shimmer? I also even like that teal. We're gonna go with the teal because everything else is like pink and purple already, so I feel like the teal would be fun and like a different kind of color profile. So yeah, so that's the teal on the brush, and I like it because that's like totally different from everyone else. So what I'm gonna do is close my eye, and then I'm gonna put the teal right here. And this is like more of like a diffused, separaty glitter, which makes it really great on top of that brown color. Because it's not gonna mix with it. It's kind of just gonna like sit on top. Let's go back and do some more. Nice. And it's like a teal that like flecks green, so it's like really fun shift. See that? I love that. So we're mixing it into the pink, the purple, and the brown that are all coming together at the front of the eye. Boom. And I'm gonna go a little bit higher with it in the front right here. There we go. And then right here with it. Alright. And I like how it's like an explosion of green into like the pink and the purple that look like they belong. That's fun. So, but I do think I might have went a little crazy with the green. I'm gonna come back with the pink and put a little more pink on like here, just so it's like an even blend, because I don't want the pink to take over, I don't want the green to take over. I just want it to be like 50-50, a perfect mix of both. And as you can see, based on the eye that I didn't do, the eye that I did, and the eye that I didn't do, that green really opens up the eye in the front, makes it a lot bigger. So we're gonna come and do the other side now. Same thing, closing the lid, closing the eye rather, and then stamping this in the front. And then after I stamp it, then lightly blending it out into the other colors. So I'm gonna go back for a little more. Stamp it and blend it. Alright, and again, we did a little much with the green. I'm gonna go back with the pink, blend down. So my preferred eyeshadow method is to do it like this, using 3 or 4 colors, trying to add that dimension, make it more dynamic, having the color shifts in there. I love a bright, vibrant eye look. So now that we laid down the eyeshadows, the next thing we're going to do is clean up the fallout and then go in with the eyeliners and mascara. Okay, so before we go in to clean up with the eyeshadows and the eyeliners, the way the purple wrapped around under my eye, I thought that was cute. So I am going back with the small detail crease brush, and I'm going to come underneath the eye like this and just do that lower lid, but I'm not going to do it all the way through. I'm only going to do it like halfway, and I'm going to connect it with the purple that's already on the lid. Okay, other side, same thing, putting the purple down here. And like I said, when we clean up, we're gonna take some of it away, but I just thought this purple was so pretty, so I wanted to bring it underneath. And for those of you who do have brown eyes, purple is one of those colors, purples and greens, that make brown eyes pop, so I absolutely love that. Okay, so now we're gonna start the cleanup. Be right back. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is clean up the fallout from the eyeshadow. And for me, this is why I will always be an eyeshadow first girly. I'm using the Walgreens Marcel cleansing water. It's a biphase one, so you just shake it up and it mixes the oil and the cleanser together. All eyeshadows don't have fallout. It depends how you apply them, how you use them, and then some of them do have a lot of fallout. My thing is, if I just do my eyeshadow first and then do my foundation and my base later, then I could worry about mistakes then. So like I said, the first thing we want to do is come down the bridge of the nose and get any extra product that is on that absolute like peak of the nose. And then if you want, you can leave the product on the side of the nose so that way it can like kind of contour your nose with color. I'm going to leave that. We're going to come underneath here and clean up. There we go. So as you can see, we have it on our, and I'm gonna open it up to the inside where it's clean, and then do more of a scrubby to get the extra glitter off for real. Boom. There we go. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize the mirror was in the face the whole time. So as you can see, we cleaned up all the under eye, kind of made that little cat eye, and then got rid of most of the glitter. So we're gonna come to the other side, do the same thing. Oh, there we go. So we wiped away a little more under purple on this. So where's the diffuse crease brush? Of course, that's the brush that fell down and rolled away. So we're gonna go and take a little more off this side to make them even. There we go. And then I'm gonna get a new cotton round, because as you can see, this one has been folded up and everything multiple times. And then we're gonna go and then scrub like the little glitters that are left behind. Boom. So now imagine, I mean, you could have done your foundation and then put setting powder to try to catch all of this, but then if you didn't put enough, or if some got through, then your foundation would be destroyed. So that is why my preference is to do it this way, so that way I don't have to worry that I messed up my base or my foundation because of the glitter. Now there is still some glitter remnants on my face. If I really was like that focused, I could like go get a soap and water washcloth and then strategically like make sure I scrub every last fleck of glitter off, but I'm not that pressed. I feel like I got most of it. And now I'm going to decide if I'm going to do eyeshadow or, I mean, eyeliner or not. I kind of, because I'm using a tubing mascara, I feel like that's going to give me a lot of oomph, and I'm not going to necessarily need the eyeliner. So I'm trying to find my eye curler in this bag, which I do not have. Yep, so what we're gonna do is go straight to mascara. So the mascara we're using is the Win Beauty, what's the name of this thing? Big Vision Focus Lengthening and Defining Tubing Mascara. And that is what we're gonna do. So this has two brushes, a big bristle and little. I'm gonna start with the big side and then move to the smaller side. And I'm one of those people who have to have their mouth open while I'm putting on mascara. Don't judge me. It's like a reflex. I wish I could help it. And I'm not gonna do too crazy of a look here, but I want to make sure everybody is separated though. So you just look at the difference in the intensity with the black just from this side having mascara. And this was one partial coat. I didn't even turn the tube yet to get to the little smaller side. And that smaller side, you can really get all the way to the base of the lashes easily. And it helps to get the clumps out too. Boom, look at that. Gorgeous. Alright, I'm gonna flip it, go to the bottom. There we go. I normally will also do like inside my waterline with this eyeliner, the kohl one, or with a white one, but after these videos I'm going to bed, so I don't want to have to scrub off extra makeup while I. Alright, other side. Going to again start with the big side and then flip it to the smaller side. Now because our eyes are like really over the top with all the color and the glitter, I am going to end up doing probably like a more neutrally look, except for blush. So the blush is still going to be over the top too, because it's kind of 80s inspired. But this is the small side of the mascara brush. There we go. I'm going to come in with the bottom. There we go. Eyes are done. Now, optional steps that I did not do, I could have curled my lashes, like I said, eyeliner on the lid and on the inside of my eye, but I think that the shadows are really the star here. I'm gonna let the color shine through so that way we can really have that bold, vibrant eye look. Next video, we're gonna get into the base, so that is the foundation, concealer, contour, bronzer, blush, setting spray, all that stuff. Oh, before I start the face stuff, I do set my eyes real quick with the one side, so just to get the eyes, just to let them lock in place. I'll close my eyes for a few minutes just so that way it can stay open and it won't dry with like my eyes being folded. Give you guys another look at the look. And then at that point, I will now start to move to the base. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss part 2 when I'm doing the base routine. I know you want to see it, all right? Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.